How's it going, everybody? This is Ashman's Basic, or Basics. Basics. So today we're going to be talking about when things go wrong. Like that. I missed the wrong one. To turn the music down. So things like that happen, especially in art or, painting, music, anything like that. Writing, things will go wrong, things will go awry. And what do we do when that happens? Well, Kandinsky discovered abstract art by turning his painting upside down and noticing that looks pretty cool. So accidents, like Bob Ross says, you have the happy accidents once in a while. And those things are amazing. Alexander Fleming figuring out penicillin from an accident. You just need to embrace those moments. And sometimes when we're doing artwork, we make mistakes and we look at them as mistakes when really it's a learning curve. And sometimes those mistakes look better than the idea we had in our head in the first place. So sometimes that happens. There's this moment of change in our plans. And, raise your hands in the chat if you've made mistakes and learn from them. I know I have. I've learned from a lot of mistakes. I have a closet full of mistakes. It's become a running joke that thing holds everything. It's infinite because I've made an infinite amount of mistakes. And that's fine. That's what we do. That's how we learn. That's how we move forward. And in a lot of ways, this is the same thing as block, like creative block. Walk away from it for a minute if you've made a mistake. Walk away. Take a breath, do something different, and then come back to it. And rework it. Don't push through it. Try and give yourself a little grace and a little time to come back to it. And the thing is, besides just walking away, it's like writer's block or anything like that. Lower the stakes. Lower the stakes. It's just artwork. And give yourself the ability to create the silliest thing you can. Just kind of give yourself that break and create anything you want. Which comes to like the idea of serendipity, right? Where things happen for a reason. And with serendipity comes sometimes genius. And and they're accidents, right? They're accidents. And that's amazing when you could see the beauty in an accident. Create ugly art. It's okay to create ugly art. Create it, embrace it, have fun with it. And we want to do that. We want to do that. We want to go out into the world with that idea to create whatever comes to your mind, but never let a mistake hold you back. So my idea of moving forward is embrace the joy of your art or of your writing or of your music. Embrace that and don't take yourself so seriously that you can't have fun. Now, Bob Ross said happy accidents. And I had seen him a couple times when he was painting, and he made accidents on the canvas. And sometimes they turned out better because of it. And I know this for a fact. When I'm cartooning, I make mistake after mistake while I'm cartooning, because cartooning it's not a bunch of lines. It's not a ton of lines. You have to work within a small amount of lines. So every line is economic. It's one little line. And if you make a mistake, it doesn't look right. But sometimes when you do it weird, the features come out different, and you might surprise yourself. I've had accidents on the drawing cartoons where I've made myself laugh because it came out better. It came out better than I had in my head. And that's the thing you have to remember. Stay loose. It's just a journey. Sometimes when you take the wrong turn, you go down a beautiful street on a sunny day, and you wouldn't have gotten that if you hadn't made the wrong turn. And I think that's wonderful that we live in a world where we can make mistakes, and it's okay. It's okay. Just give yourself the break and say, it's okay. And that's my take. That's my basics. You're mirrored, man.
Yeah, dude, I don't know how to undo it. Let me see here. Oh, man, that sucks.
Embrace it. It's
Oh,
funny.
There we go. There we go.
There you go. Create ugly art. Exactly.
That's what I got today, y'all. You know, you make an interesting point, though, right? I was thinking about some of the stuff I've built over the years. Not the stuff that was commissioned or whatever, but just ideas, and how one little knot or one little grain sway or one little thing in the wood completely changes what I end up doing, because you wanted to feature that or it not be seen
odd, right?
or yeah. And the willingness to make mistakes that creating ugly art, that statement, what that says in the back of my brain is that eagerness to be willing to make a mistake. And that's a really interesting point, right? We've had this back and forth, right? I used to work on jet engines. And if you work on airplanes, there's not a lot of margin for error. Like,
No.
you know, one of those falls out of the sky, bad things happen. But if you're painting something, unless you know you need to sell that particular painting to eat, it's not life or death. You know what I mean? And keeping things in context sometimes is very helpful, and that makes a lot of sense because we want to take that seriousness and that as Eve was talking about, you know, that pursuit of perfection. We don't want to lose that. But we have to have the understanding that you will never arrive at perfect. It doesn't exist.
No.
You know, unless it's number 72, then that's the perfect number. But outside of that, glad you're not flying tomorrow, Jerry. But so creating ugly art, being willing to make mistakes, being willing to be wrong, in a way it helps you to grow as a person and as an artist.
Yes, absolutely.